No one wanted to fight. People did want to fight. People wanted to fight. People wanted to get paid ridiculous money to fight me on my debut.
Really?
Some of these heavyweights, cowards that are out there, you're pricing yourself out. You can have fights, but come asking for stupid money. You know what? He wasn't having a bad fight, was he? With
Jamie.
what's that guy called?
Jamie.
Yeah, Jamie. Oh, Jamie.
We're going to touch on that in a minute.
Yeah, whatever. Well, on the management side of things, some people won't know these guys have managed me and advised me for 10 plus years. You know what I mean? I've done all my years for free. I did 12 years for free, yeah, for GB, fighting absolute monsters and animals for the country, for the flag. I've done all that for free. It's time for me to get paid. So probably, let's mix it with a little bit of frustration. I'm out the ring. He's in the ring as a heavyweight. Probably, what's probably a little backhanded little dig, from me. Let's do it as a comeback fight. Realistically, it's not a comeback fight. That's a fight I'd have to, get ready for because he looks like he's improving and becoming a good fighter. So that's one we can build, definitely. But like I said, make no mistake about it. If Jamie TKB wants to put things on the internet and this and that, I don't talk too much on the internet. I had to reply to a few of his boys that were slipping into my DMs and just tell them straight. But let's just keep it like simple, yeah? You keep winning. I keep winning. We're both on Sky. We're both on Boxer. One day, let's do the fight. My final chapter.
And we've got a musician in the house.
My friends, I'll see it clear.
You know what I will say? October Red Boxing here with Frazer Clarke, a man that is quite a bit of a dark horse. You know why I'm going to say that? On the face of it, you come across as this calm, collected, lovely, happy, smiley guy. But after seeing you in the gym today, what I will say is you're quite spiteful. Frazer Clarke, welcome back. This is not the first time you've been on the channel, and it's a pleasure to speak to you again.
Spiteful?
Yeah.
You think that was spiteful?
Yeah.
You not even see me in the red zone yet, baby. That was nothing. No, not joking. No, I'm not spiteful. I'm a nice guy, but I'm about business, you know what I mean?
Talk to us about business then, because you're a fighter that signed with 258, trained by Angel Fernandez. You had your debut at the Khan Brook card up in Manchester. Just go back to that fight. I want to touch on that because I never got to do a pulse fight. I don't know, maybe you didn't want to talk to me. I don't know what it was. But I didn't get to do a pulse fight. So talk to us a little bit about your debut and your honest reflection on that.
Honestly, it was a good experience. There was obviously, to have that slot on that show. When I walked out, there was a genuine 26,000 people there. Do you know what I mean? There was it wasn't like the 5 o'clock slot or anything. It was prime time. It was rammed, and I walked out to a lot of cheers. It was probably one of the most memorable moments of my life, and I will admit, someone start that bag, please.
Yeah, only because it sounds like a horror film in the back.
Yeah, like I say, it was one of the best times of my life, and I'm not afraid to admit that I do often watch it back on YouTube just to walk out because it gassed me. But yeah, it was good to get the debut going. I waited a long time for it, years and years for that debut, for them moments. Bit disappointed with the opponent. It is what it is, with COVID, similar to Kieran, there's you can't control these things. It was what it was. I've took a lot of sticks saying, oh, they got this guy out the crowd. Well, essentially, yeah, they did. It was at the public workout and they ended up fighting me. But this is boxing. That's how boxing goes. You know what I mean? It's not scripted. This isn't WWE. This is real life. If I got an opponent and he drops out, I need someone else. And at that point, with 24 hours to go, I wasn't bothered who it was. All I know is I had 300 people travelling down there from Burton. I needed to put a show on for them, and that's what I did.
And that is something, I'm glad you've touched on that, because that is something that I don't think people understand, and that's why I went back to it. The fact is you did have an opponent lined up.
Yeah.
They dropped out. There wasn't a plan B as such, but somebody happened to be there. Yes, maybe he wasn't, the all singing and all dancing, but people need to appreciate that that was your debut.
Yeah.
You wanted to get out. You're an Olympian. You're used to fighting.
Regularly.
Exactly. So you wanted to get out there and box. Talk to me about that, Frazer.
Yeah, do you know what it was? I would have I would have liked something coming back. And Joe, it's pretty one sided. Let's not get it twisted. Yeah, it was bad matchmaking. If it was a long time thing, it would have been bad matchmaking. But at the time, it was very like, it was very like spur of the moment. No one wanted the fight. People did want the fight. People wanted the fight. People wanted to get paid ridiculous money to fight me on my debut.
Really?
Some of these heavyweights, cowards that are out there, you're pricing yourself out. You can have fights, but come asking for stupid money, get a grip. Like, do you know what I mean? I'm 1-0. Yeah, I'm an Olympian. I was a debutant. And now I'm 1-0. Stop asking for stupid money, trying to extort people. Yeah, everyone wants to get paid, but you got to be realistic. So, like I say, I'm actually the guy that I beat. I'm actually in touch with him. I'm in contact with him all the time, and it just shows you what boxing can do. Yeah, for me, it was my debut. For him, the biggest night of his life. He's gone on. He earned good money that night. He's got a little daughter. He earned good money that night. He's gone on to box on another Sky show last week, and he's also had a victory since then. And he's took another prospect, Tom Walsh, the distance. So you know what? His career since then has gone on the up, and I'm all about that. I'm all about the progression of other people. I want to grow myself, but for him, it's created an opportunity. He took it with both hands, and he's doing well now. So that's what boxing's about. That's what boxing's good for. It can't just be good for me. Everyone's got to get a little bit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I like that. That's kind of like a teamwork mentality. Somebody that goes from the opponent to, like you said, for you to keep in touch with him and watch his career and see how he progresses.
Listen, he's just a normal geezer, family man. He's got a little daughter, missus. He earned a good few quid. I'm happy for him. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, he took some shots and stuff. He's taking his training a little bit more seriously now. He's
dropped some weight. Well,
he's dropped some. Yeah, he dropped some. You know what? He wasn't having a bad fight, was he? With
Jamie.
What's that guy called?
Jamie.
Yeah, Jamie. Oh, Jamie.
We're going to touch on that in a minute.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, he's having a good fight with that guy. So like fair play to him. He's coming on.
But we're good. Yeah, and we can touch on that in a bit because that's something that's popped up on social media. But you then, as an Olympian, a medalist, bronze medalist, you come out into the pro game. What made you choose your management team, being 258, and then obviously your broadcaster, boxer, Sky Sports? What was it for you? There's going to be other people that are going through the Olympics. They're going to be sitting and watching this. From your experience, why did you make the choices that you did?
Well, on the management side of things, some people won't know these guys have managed me and advised me for 10+ years. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
These guys I've known these. It's not a new connection with the management. These guys have been there since I was boxing in Finland in the Tama tournament and come back with bad results. So they've been there. These are the same people that I've seen over years and years and years through camp. So it wasn't a question of like, who's going to manage. It was, these are people that I know. People that I can ring. Some management. I get the impression some boxers are like, don't want to pick the phone up and speak to the management. These guys, even before the contracts were signed and whatnot, I was ringing these guys for advice anyway, so it just made sense. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? It's not just that they're good at what they do. Do you know what I mean? Like the ideal situation from a management company as a professional boxer, you don't want no stress. Like that's what that's what they owe their money. They take the stress. They make the phone calls. They make, they find the sparring partners. They sort the fight week out. I just turn up, go and rest in a hotel, go and eat, go and fight. But all that other stuff in between, it's draining. If you ain't got the right people there that you feel comfortable to pick up the phone and ask the questions and say, look, I need this, and this, and they say, listen, leave it with me. We'll get everything done to the best of our ability, and we just work together like that. So it's calm, it's easy.
And we like that because then you can concentrate on what you're good at, which is the boxing.
100%.
So we move on to your broadcaster. Why Boxer and Sky Sports? Because obviously there's other promoters, other broadcasters out there. What was it about Boxer that drew you to them?
Let's not get it twisted, yeah? Like, Sky is fantastic. Boxer is fantastic. Matchroom are fantastic. Frank Warren's doing his thing. That's fantastic as well in their own way. But to be honest, should I keep it real?
Yeah.
I've got 2 kids, yeah? The money I was getting offered from Sky could set me up for the future. I'm just like Eddie and told everyone, yeah, he's earned himself a nice bit of money. He's buying a new house, 100%. No, I'm not in this. I've done all my years for free. I did 12 years for free, yeah, for GB, fighting absolute monsters and animals for the country, for the flag. I've done all that for free. It's time for me to get paid. So, not just that though. Look at Sky. Look at the shows. It's getting better and better. It's booming. You know what? I've been since I've gone with Sky. I'm more recognised. People see my face. I'm doing the broadcasting as well. It's creating opportunities for me all over the place. It feels like home, and they're another outfit as well. Remember, I worked security for them guys for years. I know them people. When I go to them shows, it's not like nothing new, or it's not like I'm not shy. I've known these people for years. The cameramen, the production team, the women that run around sorting everything else out. The guys, Adam and all them. Do you know what I mean? They're like, it's not new to me. I've been in this game for a long time. People don't understand that. Oh, he was this amateur. He just stayed in the amateurs too long. Bullshit. I was calculated. I knew everything I was doing. And I knew one day it'd lead me to where I'm at now, sorting a career out. The fighting's coming as well. But after I retire from boxing, you're not going to see my face on Sky for another 20 years. So there we go.
We make it sound like you are boxing through and through, talking about standing on the outside of the ropes, to you walking in, like you said, 20 plus thousand people in on a Khan Brook show. What was that like I said, for you to be standing on the outside, to you actually climbing through the ropes on that debut? Talk to us about that feeling.
It's a special feeling, I'm like anyone else, I came from an amateur boxing club with a pair of Gold's Gym mitts. I couldn't do a press up, I couldn't do a sit up. I wasn't that interested, I didn't train very hard. And then I got better and better. People showed more interest in me, my confidence grew. It took me around the world then for my country. And now to a professional, it's just natural progression all the time. It's like this is what I mean. This is what I do. It's not just what I do. It's who I am. I'm a fighter.
What was that catalyst when you said that you didn't really take it that seriously? What was the switch that made you say, you know what, this is for me? What was it? What was the turning point?
When I lost.
Talk to me.
I lost. First time I lost was to a Brummie from Aston. His name was Joel DeSeal.
Okay.
And he's a good fighter. He's out there. He was a good fighter. He's still a good fighter. I see him now and then. I've seen him at the train station one time, and we had a laugh and joke about it. We always used to meet in like the Midlands final. The first time I lost was to him because I had a little bit of a run. I was beating everyone, stopping people, and then I thought I could take the piss. I was going out, staying up late. I can remember the night before this fight, I was out till 5 o'clock in the morning. Just thought, I'm going to walk it. I got there next day. He beat me. So that feeling of losing, boy, I still remember it now. It cuts me deep. So that's something that I have to address. And from then I took it serious.
And we talk about losses, and like you said, something that it cuts deep. As a boxing fan, sometimes I don't think we appreciate mentally what you guys as fighters have to go through as a loss. I'm not talking about amateur or pro. I'm just talking about boxing in general. We don't really appreciate what it does to you upstairs when you take a loss, but then how do you come back? You said it flipped the switch, you started training, you got on your game. But there's some fighters that really do go on the decline, and it's like they can't pull themselves back up. What would your advice for someone that is in that situation to pull themselves back up and say, do you really want this?
It depends, doesn't it? Like for me, it was my pride. I don't like losing, do you know what I mean? So everyone's different, but I just thought, you know what, I lost, but I've lost. I don't want to lose again. Even though it's inevitable in the amateurs, I was boxing high-level people, but you got to have a bit of pride about yourself. You can't, if you lose, you got to want to get it back. I stopped him. Next time I thought I stopped him, I got it back. And that's because I went back to the gym, I worked hard, I listened. All them things I was doing wrong, just crossed the mind and did them right. I was getting the early nights. I wasn't going out, I wasn't partying, I wasn't messing about. I did the right thing, and it's life, isn't it? If you ain't gonna go smooth all the time, you're gonna have mistakes, gonna have ups, gonna have downs. Address the problems, fix them, and then you come back.
Very, very calculated and methodical in your approach. So we're going to fast forward, and it's something that you've touched on. Jamie Takivi fought your debut opponent, which you said you're still in contact with. I know there was a post-fight, you were doing ringside at one of the shows, and you said, to me, you sort of like complimented him, said, yeah, it'd be good, for us to get it on, maybe as a comeback fight. Now, I sat there and I didn't really look into it that deep. But talk to me about it. It's your words.
Yeah, do you know what? I did. I give a compliment. I give a compliment. Of course I did. Probably, let's mix it with a little bit of frustration. I'm out of the ring. He's in the ring as a heavyweight. Probably, what's probably a little backhanded little dig, from me. Let's do it as a comeback fight. Realistically, it's not a comeback fight. That's a fight I'd have to, get ready for because he looks like he's improving and becoming a good fighter. So that's one we can build, definitely. But like I said, make no mistake about it. If Jamie TKB wants to put things on the internet and this and that, I don't talk too much on the internet. I had to reply to a few of his boys that were slipping into my DMs and just tell them straight. But let's just keep it like simple, yeah? You keep winning, I keep winning. We're both on Sky, we're both on Boxer. One day, let's do the fight.
We like that. So you are now back. I don't see any point in going over that. We've done it now. It's squashed. Let's talk about you training, which I've seen you put some nice work in. Very, very powerful. I'm one of these that likes to see the heavyweights. You've got a good pair of legs on you. Please don't take that the wrong way. It's a compliment.
I told you. I told you I don't do abs. I got legs.
Okay.
I got legs.
You've got some power. Yeah. So how's the training been going? Because I know you've had a hand up, etc. You're getting ready to go back out. 30th of July in Bournemouth. I'm looking forward to that card.
Yeah.
How's the training been going?
A weekend by the seaside, you can't beat it, yeah? So the training's been going good. Obviously, the injury, being an injured fighter, a one-handed fighter is no good to any coach. A one-handed fighter is no good to himself, do you know what I mean? But you have to take the best out of the situation. I still had one hand. I was in here trying to work on the lead hand, work on the strength, do the running, just it put me in adversity. Do you know what I mean? And in life and in this career, you have to go through that. So it's not the first time I've been injured. It probably won't be the last time. But I'm mentally strong. I knew what I had to do. The one thing I couldn't do was leave the gym. If I leave the gym, I start putting bad food in my, start doing mad things. I'm not saying I didn't have a little bit of it, like. I think towards the end of the injury, when it was getting better, that was the hardest part because it was sort of fixed, but I couldn't really use it. So it was like, we're back now. Week by week, it's getting stronger. I'm punching today using both hands. But like I say, this is not a sprint. This is a marathon. I'm a student of boxing. I've still got so much to learn. I'm very blessed to have a good team around me. Like I say, Angel, 258, Sky and Boxer, my family. And progression is what we're aiming for. If we can just get these little percentages better all the time. I'm not, like I say, I always say this, I'm not the next coming of Muhammad Ali. I'm not claiming to be. I'm Frazer Clarke. I work hard. I'm a normal guy. You'd either catch me in the gym, you might see me at the pub, you might see me in the corner shop. I'll stop and have a chat, come back to the gym, work hard. Hopefully, the career progresses the way I want it to be. And, hopefully I can entertain people and keep people interested on Sky Sports.
We like it. And finally then, what I like to do, because with the conversations that we have, hopefully, in the future, your kids, they'll look back on this. We know that we're in 2022. I think we're in July now, July the 1st. Where do you see yourself? I'm going to say 3 years' time.
3 years?
Yeah, only because you've come in. How old were you when you come in? 28?
No, 30.
30.
30. I'm still 30 now.
Yeah.
3 years' time, I'll be 33 years old. I'd like to be on the fringe. I'm being realistic. I don't think I'd have a world title by then. Who knows? I might not get one. I've got to keep working hard to keep winning progression. I'd like to be a more complete fighter than I am, first and foremost, and a better fighter, undefeated, in a position to fight for. Let's be realistic. Let's not rush it. Probably winning a European title, if not just won a European title, just on the world level. As much as I'm going to have to do it, all these nonsense belts, they're a joke, aren't they? I'm going to have to fight for them because that's the way the world is now, and people want you to rush and get into better positions, so you have to fight for all these belts. But they're all Mickey Mouse and clown-like to me. The belts that matter is the English title, the British title, European, Commonwealth, world titles. They're what matter. But the way that boxing is now, you have to go on this circus route to get to. You can go from there to there by winning the vacant junior, light, bloody heavyweight, whatever it is. They make all these belts up. So the most important thing for me is to stay in the gym, keep learning, keep progressing, And you know, I've said too much already, so
No, we
I
like
just want to keep working and progressing. That's it, really.
We like it. We like it, and we wish you all the best. Frazer Clarke, it's been an absolute pleasure. Always good to see you.
You
Just
too.
keep up the good work, and I look forward to seeing you out on the 16th of July, October Red Boxing with Frazer
30th.
Clarke. 16th? What's the 16th?
I don't know.
I think it might be a birthday of someone.
Probably a birthday.
I think it's a birthday.
Probably.
Say less on that. 30th of July, we'll see you out. October Red Boxing, Frazer Clarke. Until the next time.
I love.
Hi, and thank you for watching October Red Boxing. Like, subscribe, and tap the bell for notifications. You can also find us on Instagram at October Red Boxing and on Twitter, October Red UK. And remember, at October Red, we stay ready.